Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Friday, September 6th, and we don't have a new head of household yet. Well, we do since I last talked to you. I shouldn't say we don't have a new one. We don't have a new one. How's that? Nicole, that was a thought for a moment. I'll explain that maybe in a second. Nicole is currently the head of household, although she is not in the head of household room. She is the holdover from the double eviction show where they actually have not done the head of household competition yet. And so it's still Nicole. Now, why haven't they done the head of household yet? We don't know. We found out, I'm going to go back, and by the way, and talk about the double eviction show, but let me just take this route to get there. We found out on the live show that, pardon me, 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, sorry, I had to cough, sneeze, make all kinds of noises, and didn't think you wanted to hear that. So we found out on the head of household, on the double eviction show, that Swaggy and Bailey would be back to host the second head of household competition, or the one that hasn't happened yet. And in the previous, most recent seasons, the feeds have come back for a brief time after the show, and then it's gone, the feeds have gone away for the head of household competition in the late evening, often running into or past Big Brother After Dark. So the feeds went down about an hour, I think, after the live show. And we thought, oh, here it goes. Came back 2 hours later, right in time for Big Brother After Dark, and nothing had changed. So we're not sure what happened. We're not sure if they were getting ready to start it and it didn't happen. We're not sure what Swaggy was Instagramming or tweeting from backstage getting ready to do the show. You know, we'll talk to you after the show. And it's like, it didn't happen. So we don't know why. Speculation can ensue. We can run with the theory that Swaggy or Bailey were being divas and a pain, or maybe there's a malfunction in the equipment. I don't know. We're just not sure. And I don't particularly care at the moment because they got lots of time. Someone's like, and this is not a knock to this person, but someone tweeted, they have to do it tonight because they have nominations tomorrow. It's like, well, they usually do nominations in the evening. Our time, my time in the evening. So we can wait. I mean, nothing's going to happen during the day. When they get a new head of household, there's not a whole lot of people to talk to. There's going to be 4 other people to talk to. And quite honestly, unless Tommy wins head of household, nobody's going to, it's going to be Tommy nominated and somebody else. If anybody else wins head of household, Tommy is going up against somebody else who is going to be the pawn. So, let's go back briefly and talk about the double eviction show. Jessica went it went just as expected. The head of household competition, Nicole later said, I may not be able to do physical competitions, but I can do puzzles. And she certainly did. The puzzle, if you didn't, I'm assuming everybody's seen this, but maybe some of you are not watching the show at all. The puzzle was really a long alleyway. Think of it like a bowling alley is more what I would think of it. Even though it was a shoot the ball or hockey, it wasn't a puck, it was a ball into a goal with a hockey stick, or a field hockey stick, if you maybe think of field hockey more than anything else. But they had to assemble the lane first, the long lane that the ball was going to roll down, and that was a long puzzle. And so they had big foam pieces that they had to lay out in the right order. Nicole and Cliff were kind of the first two out in front, and Tommy. And then it came down to Nicole and Tommy. Nicole got it done, and her first shot was way wide right from her perspective. And she ran down and got the ball, and she literally was taking her second shot as Tommy was grabbing his ball and stick to run down and try to take his first shot, and she made it. And so she became head of household. So it was that close. It was within seconds that Tommy would have at least had a shot. Whether he made it or not would be another question, but we don't know. He didn't take the shot. Nicole made it and is head of household. She didn't hesitate. She went right at it. She said, nope, I'm going after Tommy and Christy. That's who I'm going. Christy's my target. That's who I'm getting rid of, which there's a question there. Was Christy really the best one to get out versus Tommy? I think most of us watching seem to feel like Tommy would have been the better target because we think Tommy has a better shot at winning over Christy. But these house guests really felt like it was Christy, like she'd escaped too many times, and this was going to be the chance to get rid of her. So Christy goes up against Tommy, and they play the power of veto. Another heartbreaking loss, this time for Christy. Now, we can't say for sure she was going to win, but on the seventh question of 7 questions, of which Christy and Cliff had gotten every single one right, for some reason, Christy changed her mind. The answer was true. The word that Bella, I think, had used was pick. I called it as soon as she said, oh, that's pick. That's what she said. I mean, I guessed it before Julie announced the word. And as soon as Julie said pick, it's like, oh, that's true. And I don't even remember who all said true out of the group, but Cliff did. And Christy did for a moment. And then she flipped it to false. And then Julie said, you're wrong. And so Cliff got 7 out of 7. Christy got 6 out of 7. Now, even if Christy gotten it right, that would have gone to a tiebreaker. And who's to say that Christy would have beat Cliff in the tiebreaker? But we can't say that. All we can say is that she lost. That was the moment that she lost the game. Because she didn't get that right. She didn't stay in the game, so she lost. So Christy got voted out. We'll see some of these these things that happen in between each show during on Sunday's show. And went out and talked to Julie. Wasn't Jessica's interview horrible with Julie? She walked out and, who do you think's going to go next? Oh, Mitchie. And you think that? Well, why? Why? Don't you think so? And it's like, God, Jessica. Oh. All right. Christy's interview was nice. Christy was very nice. She's not bad. Christy will be, is wonderful. It's in the house. It's one of those things where most people can get intolerable after you've lived with them. And we've lived with Christy since June. We really have. I drive people crazy after they've lived with me for a while. Just ask my wife. So we're down to to 5, which means we've got 3 weeks of 5 people, and actually we're going to lose another one next week. It's going to be really slow, really, really slow. There will be no midweek eviction this year, I don't think. I think we're just going to go a straight regular season. I think we'll have a double eviction, won't we? Next Wednesday will be, or next Thursday will be not a double, but next Thursday will be a regular eviction. They'll be down to 4. I have to pull up my calendar. I think it'll be just a standard eviction per week. No battle back, no midweek eviction, week of, or 2 days of no feeds, which I actually don't mind when it happens because it's kind of a forced vacation. So the show ended, feeds came back, obviously, and I've already caught you up on all that. We don't know what's going on. Nicole spent a lot of time talking about her head of household win. She did get her basket. People were very concerned. Those of you that don't you guys remember? They always get their head of household basket. The head of household that wins in the middle just does not get the head of household room. Somebody else said, and I'm not even 100% sure it's true, but it probably is, that if there were have-nots this week, Nicole would be exempt. I don't even know if it's true, but they aren't doing have-nots at this point. I don't even know if they have have-nots when they're down to the final 5. I don't remember them having done that. It would be really overboard and silly. And they only had 2 weeks of have-nots, and that was a long time ago. So, we're now just waiting for the head of household competition to happen at some time today. It'll probably happen early on in the day. I'm going to go with there was a malfunction, whatever the competition was. We'll have to see what the competition is, and maybe we can guess. Maybe Swaggy will talk. Maybe Bailey will talk. Maybe we'll hear it through the grapevine why it was put off, or it seems to have been put off until today. But we'll get a head of household, and we'll know much better what's going to happen once we have that head of household. These 4, everyone except for Tommy seems pretty tight with each other right now. It's not to say that things aren't going to change, but for now it seems pretty tight. Why are you hitting your brakes, car in front of me? Oh, was it because of that sleeping raccoon on the road? Maybe it was. Okay, I am going to sign off, I think. Anything else to tell you guys? Shout out to Patricia. You should know who you are. Or to any Patricia listening. But I am thinking of one particular Patricia, whose sister told me she would probably be listening today. So, we'll leave it at that. Anything else to touch on Big Brother Gossip Show tomorrow night? It's going to be a short one. I'm just letting you guys know right now, it's going to be a short one. We have to have audio clips to talk about stuff. This is the kind of stuff that we're going to talk about. And, how much time can we spend on this? So, very potential for a super short show. Tomorrow. But that's how it gets when you get to the end. We'll do our best. We'll try to find some interesting stuff to talk about, but we're not going to just have a long show to have a long show. And for the person or people, somebody's commented that our shows are getting shorter or something, and that they were longer last year maybe or something. No, go back and look. It really depends on the content we have. But when you get to the end of the show, there's not a whole lot to talk about. So we run our 3-hour short. 3-hour shows are the exception, not the rule. Usually 2-ish hours. But I would guess tomorrow night's going to be less than 2 hours. That's just what I would expect. All right. I am going to sign off and talk to you guys probably on Monday. That's what I would guess. I would guess that's how it's going to go. This car in front of me is driving me a bit insane because they obviously aren't familiar with the road that we're on and are driving really slow. And now we're behind a street cleaner. So now we're doing 10 miles an hour. Maybe I'll stay with you guys for one more second because I'm not going to move my phone to shut this off. So you'll just have to wait. Come on, car. Seriously. Oh, this is someone from my county. You can tell by the license plate number. In Indiana, the license plate numbers, the first 2 digits are the county that the person is from. Oh, great. They're going that way. Well, we're going to go behind them. And of course, there's a car coming down. There we go. All right. Got around the street cleaner and the slow driver. The slow driver was gone because he didn't turn. I turned and the street cleaner was turning too. I didn't know that. I was like, really? You're going the same way I'm going? All right. I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling moment there. Again, happy Friday. New head of household. Maybe I will do a car cast when I find out who the new head of household is. We'll see. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys probably on Friday. And, or Friday. Today's Friday. I'll talk to you guys on Monday on here. But I hope you have a good Friday. And Saturday. And hope you check out our show. And yeah, we're less than 3 weeks to the end of Big Brother. Woohoo! Yay! I'm excited. Oh, last thing. Big Brother was renewed for Big Brother 22. Yeah, and Julie's coming back. So, sounds like we're doing this next year, right? Right? Problem is, sounds like we're doing it next year with 0 changes. No new show leadership, I'm sure. No new host. So I'll have a whole long list of complaints that we'll probably end the season talking about how things we wish it would change that won't change because, hey, look, we got renewed for another year. I guess we're doing it all right. Correct? Yep, must be doing it all well, we're doing it all right except for casting people that are stupid. Like Jack. And Jackson, to be honest. Jackson was a bad casting move. I don't care what they say. He shouldn't have been cast. Or at least not. Maybe if Jack had never been in the house, some of these things that Jackson did, I don't know. All right. Now I'm rambling. Yep, now I'm rambling. I'm out, guys. We'll talk to you on Monday or Saturday or later today if the head of household's determined. All right. Bye-bye.